Really, the hot topics are whether or not, are we done with Care Ethernet? Is it done? Is it mature enough? Can we stop that? Or should we actually look at these new technologies and see whether or not they will do something more for the operator? So really, it's a key of, do these technologies really help us? And how do they help the operator from a business perspective? I hope what they learn is that there's lots of new technology out there, and that what really is trying to be done here by both the vendors and the operators themselves is to take the complexity out of the network and find ways to automate things so that we can get our service to interact with the applications like we'd like them to. So we're hoping that they learn that these things can be done. This is not just a science project. These things are available and people are working on them now. The business value of doing cloud-based Ethernet services is that the operator doesn't actually have to deploy equipment onto the customer prem, at least not as complicated equipment, and that way they can offer those services to smaller businesses that don't necessarily have access to having a data center for themselves. So it's really a value to both the operator and to a small business to get a service without having to have their own data center. Really what virtualization allows us to do is to truly customize the service offerings in different bundles right down to the personal level. That's the first thing it allows us to do by doing capacity optimization, but by chaining various services together, threading them through the data center or distributed in that fashion so that they can deliver these customized services. That's really one key thing that they can do with sort of NFV. But we actually have to have the ability to program these services, and that's where the SDN piece comes in, to program it in a much more simpler fashion and orchestrate it for those services to be delivered easier. So for next-gen Care Ethernet, it's really about how we deliver on-demand type services. Those really haven't been delivered yet out of Care Ethernet. Most services today are pretty much dedicated, virtualized, however they are, and they're used for backhauling in some cases for mobile. Now they've actually got to go multi-connect for backhaul. It's really about IP transport. It's no longer backhaul actually. Right? It really is an IP transport network. And so the next-gen services are going to be these on-demand ones where I signal to get a service through a portal, and then that service gets turned up, different speed, different connections on the fly. That's really going to be one of the key things that Care Ethernet's going to bring on, and that'll not just be for the service itself of Care Ethernet, but if we connect that to the VPN technology and to those service change things in the data center, now Care Ethernet is enabling that customized service or service bundle for the end enterprise or end consumer.